Welcome to our Middle East briefing program. Today, we're diving into some fascinating stories from around the world. First up, a heated debate in Australia where the Queensland State Library withdrew a fellowship from Indigenous writer Aaron Wild after social media posts praising Hamas. The library insists it values free speech, but critics say this move interferes with artistic freedom, sparking a big discussion about politics and culture. Next, we look at a troubling trend: vehicle ramming incidents happening across the globe. From Liverpool to France, these attacks often involve mental health issues or extremist motives, causing injuries and fatalities. Authorities respond with arrests and harsh sentences, but the pattern continues to remind us of the tragic use of vehicles as weapons in acts of violence worldwide. Finally, we celebrate some inspiring grassroots innovation in India. Entrepreneurs like Mansukh Prajapati are transforming traditional crafts into affordable, life-changing products like the MittiCool fridge. Despite funding hurdles, these small startups are empowering local communities and demonstrating how frugal tech can make a big difference. Please continue to watch for more detailed stories. The Australian Broadcasting Corporation reports on the Queensland State Library's controversial decision to revoke a $15,000 fellowship awarded to Indigenous writer Aaron Wild, following social media comments praising Hamas terrorists. Despite the library's claim to uphold freedom of expression within legal boundaries, the minister's intervention, prompted by a social media post that was quickly deleted, has sparked outrage among judges and writers. Several prominent judges resigned in protest, criticizing what they see as political interference that undermines artistic and intellectual freedom. Critics argue that this incident exemplifies a broader trend of suppressing dissenting voices in the arts, especially when political opinions challenge prevailing narratives, thus threatening the core principles of free expression and artistic integrity. The Associated Press details a disturbing pattern of vehicle ramming incidents across the globe, highlighting their deadly and often politically or ideologically motivated nature. From a Liverpool celebration turned tragic when a minivan plowed into fans, to a series of attacks in North America, Europe, and Asia, such as the Christmas market massacre in Berlin and the deadly van attack on Las Ramblas in Barcelona, these incidents reveal a disturbing trend of using vehicles as weapons of terror or violence. Many of these attacks are linked to extremist ideologies, including Islamic extremism and white nationalism, with perpetrators often motivated by hatred or personal grievances. The recurring nature of these tragedies underscores the urgent need for international awareness and intervention to prevent further loss of innocent lives. The BBC explores grassroots innovations in India driven by necessity and ingenuity, showcasing entrepreneurs like Mansukh Prajapati, who developed an affordable, clay-based refrigerator called MittiCool, and Shanti Tongbram, who transforms lotus stems into textiles to empower rural women. These stories exemplify frugal innovation, cost-effective solutions tailored to local needs, fostered by a mindset of resourcefulness rather than formal education. Despite challenges such as limited access to funding and markets, these entrepreneurs are creating sustainable livelihoods and sparking economic change in their communities. Their efforts demonstrate how grassroots ingenuity can address pressing social issues, promote self-sufficiency, and inspire scalable solutions that resonate beyond their immediate environments. The Associated Press reports that President Donald Trump has announced his intention to pardon Scott Jenkins, a Virginia sheriff convicted on federal bribery charges, claiming he was a victim of a corrupt and weaponized Biden DOJ. Jenkins, the former Culpeper County sheriff, was sentenced to 10 years after being found guilty of fraud and bribery related to deputizing businessmen in exchange for cash. Trump strongly defended Jenkins, asserting he was persecuted by the radical left and deserved a fresh start, echoing his pattern of pardoning loyal supporters, including figures like Michelle Fiore and Ross Ulbricht, and those involved in the January 6 Capitol riot. Despite Jenkins's appeal and the FBI agent's testimony linking cash envelopes to him, Trump maintained his stance that Jenkins was unjustly targeted, framing the case as part of broader political persecution. In Syria, Kurdish authorities and the Damascus government have reached a significant agreement concerning the repatriation of families from the infamous Al-Hol camp, which houses tens of thousands of individuals linked to ISIS. Sheikh Mus Ahmed, a Kurdish official, confirmed a joint mechanism for returning Syrian families, emphasizing that the camp's administration would not be handed over to Damascus immediately. The camp's dire conditions, housing wives and children of ISIS fighters, have been a long-standing concern for human rights groups, with many nations hesitant to repatriate their citizens. This development signals a cautious step toward cooperation between Kurdish authorities and Damascus amid broader efforts to unify Syria's fractured governance, including plans for Kurdish forces to merge into the central government's military and take control of key border crossings and prisons holding ISIS suspects. At Arlington National Cemetery, Donald Trump commemorated Memorial Day by paying tribute to fallen soldiers, but his speech was marked by partisan rhetoric and personal boasts. Trump lauded the sacrifices of U.S. service members, emphasizing the valor that has built the nation's greatness, yet he also veered into political commentary, criticizing immigration policies and asserting that the country is fixing itself after a difficult 4 years. He used the occasion to promote national milestones like the upcoming 250th anniversary of the U.S. Army, claiming it surpasses the World Cup and Olympics in significance, and expressed confidence in America's future. Throughout his speech, Trump intertwined patriotic homage with self-promotion, including hints at future policy moves such as reallocating funds from Harvard to trade schools, and he continued to attack perceived political enemies, reflecting his ongoing penchant for blending national remembrance with partisan messaging. The Yahoo US article vividly details Demi Lovato's wedding, highlighting her stunning Vivienne Westwood gown that drew comparisons to Miley Cyrus's 2018 wedding dress. Lovato revealed she drew inspiration from a Westwood bridal gown she found online, working closely with designers through 5 fittings to personalize her look, emphasizing her love for Westwood's signature silhouette and corset detailing. Fans couldn't help but notice the striking similarities between Lovato's pearl-toned dress and Cyrus's gown, both featuring off-the-shoulder necklines, silky sheen fabrics, and draped accents, sparking speculation about a shared inspiration or a subtle connection between the two former Disney stars. Lovato's vintage-inspired, old Hollywood curls and dramatic veil complemented her dress beautifully, making her wedding a captivating event that echoed the glamour and style of her pop culture predecessors. Al Jazeera's coverage provides a tense and complex picture of U.S.-Israeli diplomacy surrounding Iran, with a focus on the recent visit of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem to Israel. She conveyed President Trump's message emphasizing the importance of U.S. and Israeli unity in negotiations with Iran, especially regarding Iran's nuclear ambitions. The article details the skepticism from Israel, led by Netanyahu, about Iran's intentions, highlighting fears that Iran is close to developing nuclear weapons, which they see as a dire threat to regional stability. The ongoing negotiations are fraught with disagreements over uranium enrichment, with Iran asserting its right to civilian enrichment under international law, while the U.S. insists on a complete halt. The article underscores the delicate balance of diplomacy, trust, and strategic interests, with Iran's firm stance on not suspending uranium enrichment and the U.S.'s unwavering stance against Iran acquiring nuclear weapons, illustrating a high-stakes geopolitical standoff. The Independent reports on Cristiano Ronaldo's cryptic social media message hinting that his time at Al Nassr may have come to an end. After scoring his 800th club goal in a match that marked what could have been his final appearance for the Saudi club, Ronaldo posted a reflective message: "This chapter is over. The story? Still being written. Grateful to all," accompanied by a photo of himself in the team's kit. This ambiguous farewell comes amid speculation about his future, especially with FIFA President Gianni Infantino mentioning discussions about Ronaldo potentially participating in the upcoming Club World Cup, despite Al Nassr's failure to qualify. Ronaldo's recent performance and the timing of his social media post have fueled rumors of a departure, leaving fans and analysts pondering whether his storied career will take another turn or conclude in the near future, marking an intriguing chapter in his legendary football journey. Associated Press reports that a wildfire ravaged the historic Fort Stanton site in southern New Mexico, causing evacuations of campgrounds and a nearby horse ranch. The flames, fueled by dry conditions, scorched over half a square mile of terrain, damaging 3 structures and threatening a former World War II internment camp within the site. Firefighters, including ground crews, air tankers, and helicopters, battled tirelessly to contain the blaze, which was still uncontained as of Monday. The fire's origin remains unknown, with investigators set to begin work soon. The incident occurred just 15 miles from Ruidoso, an area devastated last year by wildfires that destroyed hundreds of homes and led to severe flooding and erosion. Despite the fire activity decreasing with mild temperatures and gentle winds, authorities closed Highway 220 and evacuated several camping areas to ensure safety. A family and horses from a nearby ranch were evacuated on Sunday but later allowed to return home. Fire retardants were dropped from the air in an effort to slow the fire's spread, highlighting the ongoing battle to protect this historic and natural landscape from the destructive power of wildfire. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6do Brief via email.
Scrolling through the headlines, another crazy day. 6 degrees of stories, connecting in their way. From the weather to the sports, and everything we see. People making news on TV screens for free. 6-degree world, where the news comes in a whirl. Every story ties together like a ribbon in a twirl. Sit back and watch it all, big and small they call. From city lights to countryside, we're connected after all. A laugh, a cry, a sigh, news is flying high. From city lights to countryside,